Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Good to have you here. We're settling in for episode 3 of Tales of the Jedi. This is going to be my very brief breakdown and summation of the episode, and this one is entitled Choices. We've moved a little forward in the timeline at this point, and I think we're headed closer to episode 1, and you can use Dooku's beard growth as kind of a clock to these 3 episodes, but we get Mace Windu teaming up with Dooku on this one, so no Qui-Gon in this entry. But they are searching for a Jedi Master called Master Katri, that was killed and slain on Raxus, which I believe is the same planet where the Separatist Senate is headed up, though I might be wrong. I'm thinking back to Lux Bontiri's debut in Clone Wars back in Season 3. I'm pretty sure that was called Raxus as well. I might be wrong, though. Dooku and Mace are there to find the murderer and obviously the body of Master Katri, and at this point we find out that neither Mace nor Dooku are part of the council, and Dooku wants to find the body and give the Jedi a proper burial, while Mace's belief is to follow the council's strict instructions and just find out the details and report back, not actually to intervene. But Dooku and Mace are already separated in ideologies at this point, and this obviously is a nice follow-up to the understanding of what Dooku got from the corruption of the Republic Senate in the last episode. After a bit of back and forth, we catch up with the senator in question, who survived the ordeal where the Jedi Master Katri was killed, and Dooku and Mace take him back to the grounds on which the battle took place and where the Jedi was killed. And Dooku is already displaying more rebellious attitudes here compared to Mace's by-the-book tactics and how to deal with the senator and how to get the information they need. And when they return to the exact site, it's very quickly revealed that the senator had nothing to do with it, but that actually the guards were the ones that killed the Jedi, and they were going to use the senator as a means to get their agenda across and push their message that corruption is happening within the Republic, and that the senator in question is also using the planet for outside distribution and mining, and is starting to strip the planet of resources, which is obviously killing the civilization that lives on world. So it's actually an understandable reason from the antagonists at this point, with the guardsmen that are, kind of rebelling against the Republic somewhat. And this just furthers Dooku's understanding of, actually, you know what, you're right, if you don't believe in something, you should absolutely stand up for it. And he even goes on record to say that he doesn't condone the way that they did it or the actions of it, but this certainly enhances Dooku's ideology at this point and strengthens his belief that actually the Jedi have it wrong, that the Senate have it wrong. Are we actually on the good side of things? By the end of the episode, Dooku asks Mace at the Jedi Temple after the funeral of Master Katri, can the Jedi truly maintain peace if they only work at the Senate's behest?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
You serious?
Says, at the end of the day, we will do what needs to be done to maintain order. So he doesn't necessarily answer Dooku's question, but he does kind of acknowledge what he's saying. And it's interesting with Mace, and I think that's one character I would love to see in, a series like this with Tales of the Jedi, and gauge a larger understanding of, because Mace, I believe, is kind of in the middle. That's why his crystal is purple for his lightsaber, is because he kind of utilizes aspects from both the light and the dark side of the Force, but his ideologies meet up with the Jedi, which is why he's part of them. That's my understanding of it, at least. And the last note at the end of this episode is that Mace Windu has been added to the Jedi Council in place of Master Katri. So overall, this episode was fantastic and was absolutely the second in a 3-part arc in terms of Dooku's journey. This was awesome, and it was great. There was a good level of action to it. The atmosphere was awesome as well. Having the setting on Raxus, at least, where it's very vivid, it's like really gorgeous autumn scenery most of the time. It worked quite well, because then by the end of the episode, we're starting to see the sort of surroundings of Dooku become a little more darker. So when Dooku's looking out from the Jedi Temple, Coruscant is kind of cast in like a tanned cloud, which feels kind of representative of Dooku's state of mind at this point, where he's feeling rather clouded and rather confused. And he's kind of in the position of, where do I sit in all this? How can the Jedi do this? How can the Senate be like this? All incredible stuff. That's going to do it for the breakdown of episode 3, though, everybody. Please stick around and check out the remaining episode reviews for episode 4, 5, and 6, as the next one concludes Dooku's journey, and then we round off with Ahsoka. Don't forget to check out my larger video where I've reviewed the entire series as a whole. I've put a lot of work into that one, and I love doing that video quite a bit. So definitely hit the like button, leave a comment down below what you thought of this one, and make sure you subscribe, because I've got much more on the way. Until then, though, everyone, take care, and may the Force be with you.